I know that I have an opinion, and everyone does. And I would encourage you to comment below and say, what are your feelings about that? What are your feelings do you think that there really are parasocial relationships on YouTube? Do you think that sometimes people share too much on YouTube that is personal and it's better kept to themselves?